Hello and welcome to this week's Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show, Lee here from Prime UK Band will be chatting to the awesome Harry Pentony, who's been in many local bands but has now decided to start performing and writing his own music solo. Also on today's show, as always, we'll have plenty of homegrown music from Leicester's finest local bands. First up on today's show, released in 2016 as a bonus track on their debut EP, or it's more like an album actually, there's a lot of tracks on this one. Old Tattoos, here's The Brandy Thieves and Howling at the Moon, acoustic.
I told you, brother, from the start, never break a gypsy's heart. But you did, and the curse came soon. Now you're howling at the now you crave the blood. You're howling at the moon. A wolf you are, and a wolf you'll stay until your dying day. Hey. Kelly was a rose so fine. Said to me, you make her mine. I love you, brother, but I sing this song about the girl that you did wrong. Now you're howling at the moon, but the one you had to fear was a darling old mother dear, for she practiced ways of old. Go with the devil, now I had to be told. Now you're howling at the moon. Hey! howling at the moon, brother. You're howling at the moon. You're howling at the moon, dear brother. You're howling at the moon. You crave the flesh, now you crave the blood. You're howling at the moon. A wolf you are and a wolf you'll stay until your dying day. Hey! I told you, brother, from the start. Never break a gypsy's heart.
That was the bonus track from the 2016 debut album from the Brandy Thieves, and that was the lead singer, Andrea Kenny, on singing Howling at the Moon. I noticed if you look in our gig calendar on www.musicinleicester, you can see that Andrea is actually doing a solo gig, on Saturday the 5th of December at Leicester's Soundhouse. She'll be performing with Daryl Kirkland, no less. So that'll be a great gig. So that's Saturday, 5th of December. It's quite an early one at 5:30, obviously to adhere with social distancing and the early curfew. So if you want more details of that, just look it up in our gig diary in www.musicinleicester.co.uk. Now, in keeping with the indie folk music theme, here's a band that are no longer with us, unfortunately. They disbanded a couple of years ago, but it's the Fallows and Kerry Girl.
The one I love the most, no bows or pretty bows, no makeup needed either to cover freckles on your nose. Hands as warm as summer, like honey in my throat. Raining every day, but with you I would get soaked. So I got back from the west coast on the cheapest ferry home. Suitcase in the porch, hungover and alone. The summer we drove the ring. The girl from Kerry sings. She shouts down from the windows and into the streets below, and fields afar. From the town of Portsmouth to the back streets of Mullingar. So I took my train to London and tried to get a job. Others selling souls for them to rob. I'll save up some money, get us out of here, see some of the world, oh, just give me another year. Finally I can see these walls are coming down. Tell me how you feel when you know I'm not around. But that summer we drove the ring. The girl from Kerry sings. She shouts down from the windows and into the streets below, and fields afar. From the town of Potsdam to the back streets of Mullingar, she sings. She shouts down from the windows and into the streets below, and fields afar. From the town of Potsdam to the back streets of Mullingar.
That was The Fallows and Kerry Girl. Also a blast from the past, unfortunately no longer with us. They disbanded 5 years ago. Here's a track from The Fours. Great little band, or they were, and Find Your Freedom.
Well, I've got my head down, dreaming I was far away. But it's all good now, 'cause I'm reeling and I'm here to stay. We've got a chance now, and I hope we're gonna make it pay. What am I doing, avoiding what I'm trying to say? We've gotta get back home, lest we roam as the rain comes soaking you to the bone. Hear that call and hear that noise. You're stepping on the toes of somebody out of joy. So why don't you join me down Thunder Road. Find your freedom, find your waiting road. It's a hell of a journey, a hell of a place. It'll paint you a smile back on your face. It'll take you somewhere warm and safe, and leave you a howling, a prowl in the open space. We gotta get back home, lest we roam as the rain comes soaking to the bone. Hear that call and hear that noise. You're stepping on the toes of somebody out of joy. Well, I've got my head down, dreaming I was far away. But it's all good now, 'cause I'm reeling and I'm here to stay. We've got a chance now, and I hope we're gonna make it pay. What am I doing, avoiding what I'm trying to say? So why don't you join me down Thunder Road. Find your freedom, find your waiting road. So why don't you join me down Thunder Road. Find your freedom, find your way back home.
That was The Fours and Find Your Freedom, and sadly they're no longer with us. Now it's time to chat to somebody who definitely is with us, as we have this week's interview where Lee from Prime UK Band chats to the awesome Harry Pentony, who's been the lead guitarist in a number of local bands. But first of all, we'll start off with Harry's solo song called Truth, and then he'll be chatting about his the work that he does at De Montfort University. So here's Harry Pentony and Truth.
I'm standing tall, now you see. I'm not sitting around under your mouth. Bring back those times we were free to do and say what we like. It's the time now. Was it really meant to be? How did this come about now? Did I seem to really think I was blind, waiting to be free? Waiting to be free. Waiting to be free. Waiting to be free. Present your truth to me. And I'm not waiting for your dispensation. Don't give what you can't take. It's not there to be taken. It's time to try it now. It's time for me to go. Don't say what you don't mean. Ain't got no patience for you. I'm just telling you the truth. Ever degrading, I'm not taking your advice anymore now. Surrendered my patience within. This vibe ain't suiting my lifestyle. The joke's on you, not me. I was blind, waiting to be free. Waiting to be free. And I'm not waiting for your dispensation. Don't give what you can't take. It's not there to be taken. It's time to try it now. It's time for me to go. Don't say what you don't mean. Ain't got no patience for you. I'm just telling you the truth.
We are live, local and loud. I'm Lee Heir from Prime UK Band, and that was a track by Harry Pentony called Truth. And I'm here with the man himself today. How are you, Harry? You well?
I'm all good, thank you. All good.
Keeping smiling this time.
Yeah, well, making the most out of the situation for sure. So releasing new music is very exciting.
Yes, definitely. Are they keeping you busy at the university at the moment?
They are, yes. Yeah, we're very busy. Great doing like the music stuff and doing a lot of recording and stuff with the students, which is awesome. So still having the ability to be able to network with other musicians and people that are passionate with the same stuff as myself, and it's great. Yeah, great environment to be in.
Fantastic. And then they managed to keep all the social distancing kind of thing together then there? Or?
Yeah, it's very tricky. Have to limit the room capabilities and stuff and clean everything down. Obviously, wear your masks, which it's one of those necessary things, isn't it? At the minute, it kind of sucks, but we have to do it so we can get out of this as soon as possible, really. So
I suppose it's quite hard to teach people, show people things on the guitar and stuff, right? But you have to kind of makes things a bit more difficult.
Yeah, totally. As soon as I play a chord, clean it.
So how's it feel? This is your first solo release. You've obviously been in numerous different bands before. You're in a band at the moment, aren't you, as well?
Yes. So I'm in a band called Our City Fires. So a 4-piece now alternative rock band. We've been together for about 2-3 years now.
Fantastic. And what's the difference? How do you feel the difference has been in preparation of getting your solo stuff together in comparison to the bands that you've been in before?
Well, the whole solo stuff come about because obviously, as most people with the lockdown and being a musician, it's very difficult because we can't gig. We've had loads of things planned this year gig-wise. But because of the social distancing measures, we can't really all get together very easily, which is a problem because we all don't live together. Some bands have the luxury of living together. So, of course, like a lot of people, I had like 4 or 5 months off for the lockdown. And I kind of, I've got loads of demos in with the band stuff on the side, but I had so much time that I thought I want to use this lockdown to my benefit, really, and get a positive outcome out of it. So I kind of thought I want to push my boundaries and try and test myself as a musician and do things that I've never done before, and just really make the most out of the year as I can, really. Do you know what I mean? It's been a strange year, so I'm just trying to make the most out of the situation. That's where the whole EP idea came from.
Is it the time that the vocal focus has been purely on you then, or?
Yeah, I mean, all the songs that I've done are completely written by myself. I've recorded it and mastered it and produced it all myself as well, and played it in real time. Yeah, I mean, it's been a challenge, but an exciting challenge for sure. And it gives me a little bit of I can get a bit creative in a different way, because the band's very much like alternative rock, which is what I primarily love doing. But I've always wanted to do something a bit poppier and to have something different to my repertoire as well as an artist. You know what I mean?
I did notice kind of the pop influence and there's a little bit of indie influence and electronic influence in there as well, and there seems to be a nice mixture of styles in that. We're going to play one which is also from the EP. We've got some exclusives today. I don't know if you've played them anywhere else yet, have you, at the moment?
I haven't really.
Fantastic. So this one's called Drawback. It's by Harry Pentony.
I see I'm torn apart on how to think, to commit or say no, devote my inner liability. It's an arrangement should underneath, confounding my own self-being, tolerate my actions tonight. My light is dim but could be bright. It's a drawback conception.
We are live, local and loud. That was a track by Harry Pentony called Drawback. What were the influences behind that one, Harry, that particular track?
Drawback. See, this song in comparison to the other songs, I kind of went for something quite drum based. I wanted a song that had a bit of something to it with the drums. I wanted to take the focus away from everything else and have like a big introduction with that. Kind of in a way give the drums a sense of like melody, if that makes sense. Something that's quite catchy. So I kept it quite rhythm based, and then I kind of, as the drum track, I placed that on. I kind of got more melodic with my guitar ideas, trying to use more delay to create more space, kind of give it a bit more of a U2 kind of feel. So I get a lot of influence from like U2. Yeah, I wanted the song to be a bit more of an ending towards the EP, so it's much longer than the other tracks as well.
Lyrically, what inspired you? Because obviously you said you'd had the tracks quite a while. They do feel quite personal lyric wise. The particular tracks that I've heard off the EP.
Yes. Yeah, Drawback is quite personal. I kind of wanted to write it from my own perspective, sort of. It's about basically, it's hard to explain, but it's about you doing something and being hesitant with your choices, even though you know that doing those choices kind of makes you happier as a person. It's sort of like basically and whether to do something. But you know that if you did go ahead and did it, even though you choose not to, it will make you happier as a person.
Definitely. I definitely felt that kind of confusion and kind of that element of isolation, as you know, but at the same time, it's kind of a little note to yourself, isn't it, to kind of go ahead with what your dreams are, particularly on that front. Well, the final track we're going to play from the EP today is called Sense of Clarity. And we've got you've got a video that we're going to talk about in a second. So this is Harry Pentony, Sense of Clarity.
I know I see everything clearly. My thoughts can't breathe, they're never around me. And I'll sit back and pass the time. One take, no trace, did it consume me? Beside tonight, forever unhinging. Let the night control the mind. Lay back, relax, forever a mission. Not when we're owned by
We are live, local and loud. I'm Lee Heir from Prime UK Band. That particular track was Sense of Clarity by Harry Pentony. You've got a video coming by the time this airs. The video should be out for it. What's you've told me you were recording in Sherwood Forest when we had a chat before tonight?
Yeah. I picked Sherwood Forest as a location with Ashley Redding, so a good friend of mine. He's around the Coventry area, so fairly local, around not too far away from Leicester. He's been doing a lot of videography and a lot of like band photography and that. I got together with him to discuss a video for the track. We kind of wanted the video to capture the story and the meaning of the song, about being in a better place, a place that you feel that you have a sense of clarity, literally. Being able to think about what the things that you really want and want to do in life. So we wanted to capture that in quite a natural environment. So we wanted a girl in the story to kind of been showing her troubles and I don't know, I guess using moods and tension in that way to kind of build the vibe of the song.
Is it all set within the forest and the video itself?
Yeah, we shot as well in a few abbeys. There's some nice abbeys around Sherwood. So we kind of went a whole weekend. We did loads of different locations. Obviously, because of the pandemic as well, it's a little bit easier to do shooting with minimal people. So it was only me, myself, and Chantel, who lives in Leicester, from Leicester. She's a local actor.
Had you planned the video during the pandemic then, that particular one with the outdoor?
We put the word out and we did a few interviews, and we just felt like Chantel kind of really got the direction of the video. I know her quite well as well, and she studied at DMU where I work, so it was kind of a no-brainer, and it just felt kind of natural. She kind of just gave a lot to the table, so it was fun. We got a lot of good footage, and yeah, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Hopefully, everybody likes it. That's the idea.
It's so important to have somebody who's on the same wavelength as you, though, video-wise, isn't it? And just getting what you want across, probably without revealing too much of your themes, but just getting that balance right. I was planning a video for Prime recently, and I met up with somebody, and it was just completely the wrong direction for what I was wanting. Everything I put on the table was completely the wrong direction for somebody who I was supposedly working with. I don't think it's going ahead. I'm going with somebody else now. But so, like I say, you've got plenty of support in the local area for your music. You've had quite regular play on BBC Introducing with your previous projects with Dean Jackson, and he's obviously done such a good job for the local scene, and people like Kev as well, who are...
I mean, I was very surprised in a nice, well, in a great way, really. That's what kind of led me on to write an EP, is because this was the first song I ever wrote, Sense of Clarity, and I kind of wanted to do it for myself, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna risk it and get myself in an uncomfortable situation. I thought, I've got to take a risk. So I dropped it to him, and in 48 hours it got played on air, which I was just amazed with, so fast. To have the support from Dean Jackson is amazing. And like you said, Kevin, I've known Kev for years as well on the music scene, and to have the support from people in the industry that I've known for quite some time is just amazing, really.
I've got a question for you though. What would you have done if Dean had to got back to you and wanted to play it? Would the EP still ever come out if you'd not got that bit of backing, or would you just been a bit...
I don't know, I don't know. It kind of gave me a lot of confidence, really, because this is a completely new ball game for me. I'm primarily a guitarist in a rock band, and I have been for 12 years. So it's like... it's very, very different. So to have that reassurance, I kind of needed that. I needed that surprise to kind of kick everything forward. I still think I would have got it done at some point, maybe not as soon as I have. But it really kind of gave me a bit of confidence in myself. And really helped me bring out the best music I can for this record, really. So I'm just stoked and anxious at the same time. You know what I mean?
I'm sure people will enjoy the music. It's very honest music, very well produced, and I do wish you the best with it. If everybody wants to check out the latest video, it's Harry Pentony, Sense of Clarity again. And Facebook, it's at Harry Pentony Music. That's all in one. And Instagram is Harry_Pentony_music. So that's spelt Pentony. He's been giving me a little history on your family before, and how to pronounce your name right as well. Have a great day, and thanks for your time to coming on today, Harry.
Thank you so much for having me.
That was Lee from Prime UK Band chatting to the great Harry Pentony, who's now taking it solo. Amazing. It sounds like he's got a full band behind him, but that's just him doing it all on his own. Can't wait as well to see his new music video to his debut single, Sense of Clarity, which will be released on the 27th of the 11th, 2020. So that'll be awesome. Going back to bands that are no longer with us, here's a song by The Furies and Death Valley. That was the Furies and Death Valley. Although the Furies are no longer with us, their drummer, Neil Hill, now plays drums in his brother's band, which are one of Leicester's biggest rock band, Scam, which hopefully we'll be chatting to in a show soon. Now, bringing the rock up to date, here's a current band, the Midnight Dogs and Saving Grace.
All the time I was lonely, and you came and you rescued me. All the time I was lonely, sent to the bottom of the deepest sea. Or would you shine your light for me? Well, today could come tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta just fade away. Through the pain and through the sorrow, how you light up the darkest days, and you know that I can't deny. Sometimes a smile just hides to cry, but when I look in your eyes, and I see through your disguise, all the time you could have walked away, but I'm just so glad, I'm so glad that you stayed, because you're my saving grace. You know you're my saving grace.
Now it's time for a bit of ska and reggae from one of Leicester's biggest ska bands, the Paradigms. Great fun to see live. I've seen them many times now, so hopefully they'll be back on the touring circuit again next year. So here's the Paradigms and Cinderella.
It's Cinderella, them lads they treat you low. But Cinderella, yes yes, I would treat you nice. Well, Cinderella, them lads, they treat you low. Well, Cinderella, yes, I would treat you nice. I know that when you're happy, you listen to the music, babe. When you're down, yeah, you'll only hear the words, the words, the words. Oh yeah, Cinderella, them lads, they treat you low. But Cinderella, yes, I would treat you nice. Well, Cinderella, them lads, they treat you low. But Cinderella, yes, I would treat you nice. It's always been a dream of mine to have a woman just like you, and hold and squeeze and dance it all night with. But all of my friends, they say, oh, I'm in a dream. The girl, she is way out your league. I say, I guess so. Oh, oh. I guess so. Oh, oh. I guess so. I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, but Cinderella, them lads, they treat you low tonight. Cinderella, yes, I would treat you right. Oh, Cinderella, them lads, they treat you low, right? Cinderella, yes, I would treat you right. And I treat you right, yeah. I got to hold you every night, yeah. Oh, and I love you, baby, and treat you all so clear. And I love you, baby, and show you what you're missing. I love you, baby, and show you what you're missing.
Now it's time for a bit of garage, and here's from about 5 years ago. Here's subtitles: Liam Holland's Spider Twist.
I'm a stone wall, and I'm with the boss. Gonna keep trying my luck. Look like Dostoevsky with my spectacles on. Gonna stay up, baby, all night long. I'm gonna get the ladies where they're lying about. I got my radio on, it's worth a shot. I'm feeling real good till 1 in the morning. I'm being attacked by giant black spiders! AKA women. Do that spider twist! Do the spider twist! Do the spider twist! Yeah, do the spider twist! Do the spider twist! Everybody's doing it! Do the spider dance! Do the spider dance! Yeah, do the spider dance! Oh, do the spider dance! Do the spider dance! Liam Holland's doing it! Everybody's doing it.
That wraps up this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, for any information about local music, what's going on, there's a number of gigs going in our gig diary as well for next year. You can check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk. You'll also find podcasts of this week's show and all the previous shows, and including our interviews as well. So do have a great week. I'll see you 5 o'clock next week, next Thursday on Hermitage FM.